Cheers.
Yes.
Thank you
so
to this
fun.
adventure.
Yes.
Thanks.
Little did we know it was going to be this fun.
I know.
He called me that night at like 11 o'clock, 11:30. The Bears just notified my agent that they're going to trade me. And I was like, what do you mean? Like, you're at training camp. And he said, hey, I want you to come meet one of my teammates and his family. I was like, Greg, I'm just drove in from Chicago. I haven't showered in 2 days. What are you talking about? He's like, no, I already made the plans. We got to do it. So just drop the dogs off at the hotel and meet me here. So here I come, no shower, didn't know where I was. I got lost on Queens Road, so I was late to dinner. And it was at this table at this Mellow Mushroom 8 years ago. This is our favorite pizza spot. We are here multiple times a week in the spring.
And Greg is a little superstitious when it comes to the pizza, right? Can you explain that a little bit?
Not a little, a lot superstitious. I mean, it's crazy. Do you remember the snowstorm?
Yes.
That you opened?
Yes, we kept it open. We wanted to, and the staff that was with us was energized about being able to do that and stay open for him. That was a great moment. That was great.
Kara says this is the best dish in Charlotte.
She's right. And when he comes in, we call him Big Rig because he always gets the rigatoni.
Yeah.
So this is something that you like know your stuff.
I'm very particular.
Okay,
Like Greg knows not to hand me a Starbucks cup of coffee.
So we're going to start you guys off with some samples of our blueberry cheesecake.
Ooh.
Then we have our Cookie Monster, which is a staple here.
All right, are you right-handed or left-handed?
Left.
Really? Me too. See, I knew I liked you. All right, so you're going to copy that here. And same with all of them.
You're watching something significant. The first of its kind in our region, all thanks to the Hardest Yard, the Olsons, and a dedicated group of health professionals.
Ready, go. 1, 2, 3.
High five.
Red things coming in.
Whoa.
Kara says in 2017, they learned their foundation was doing well enough to expand the Hardest Yard, and they were approached about developing a cardiac neurodevelopmental clinic here at Levine Children's Hospital.
He said now more kids are surviving heart surgery, but we're finding down the road that they are having some type of developmental delays. So for me, it kind of struck a chord.
Kara and I are very excited. Last year, we were able, through our foundation and through events like this, we were able to pledge $2.5 million, and we're going to spearhead, thank you. That money is going to be used for the expansion of the Hardest Yard, and we're going to be spearheading a $10 million project at Levine Children's Hospital. And it's going to be a 20,000 plus state-of-the-art cardiac specific floor on the campus over there near Levine Children's Hospital. And it's going to house all of the subspecialties and all of the disciplines that make up the pediatric cardiac group here at Levine Children's Hospital.
You care a lot about investing in local businesses and pulling them along with whatever you guys are doing. So, I mean, why is that something that you guys have almost made it a mission to make that part of what you're doing?
We have. Through the Hardest Yard, I've seen the support of the Charlotte community. So I'm like, that's the way we can pay back to these local companies and restaurants and vendors and help them grow as we grow also.
You were like, we've got to visit the Kindreds.
I just love them as people. We've gotten to know Katie and Joe a little bit. We love their restaurants. We love the food that they've brought to Charlotte.
We kept chatting and eating. It's something we've become good at, and it's been a personal pleasure getting to know Kara, a little about her family, and the incredible work they've done and continue to do in Charlotte.
Now you have 3 kids.
Now we have
like
3.
8 years later.
I know. And at that time, I was like crying because of the trade. I was moving out of a city that like we bought our first home in. I had a business that I had grown and was doing really well personally. So it's very hard to leave Chicago, but now looking back, it was the best thing that ever happened to us. Charlotte's home, you know, we have such a strong connection to the Children's Hospital. What felt scary at the moment now makes me so happy, you know?
Yeah.
like my coffee like in my pajamas, my slippers, that first cup in the morning. There's nothing better.
When I first learned of Kara Olson's love of coffee, I immediately thought of Queen City Grounds.
I have this Mealy coffee machine in our home, and it grinds the beans like right before it makes you a cup of coffee. So it's just become, I can't even go out for coffee anymore.
So this is something that you like know your stuff.
I'm very particular.
Okay,
Like
okay.
Greg knows not to hand me a Starbucks cup of coffee. I love some of the local roasters.
Yeah.
Enderly, Summit Coffee Company.
But you haven't been here before.
I have not been here, so I'm so excited
This
to try
is very
it.
exciting.
Luckily, Queen City Grounds is not your average coffee spot. This is Paul, part owner and on-site roaster.
Well, right now in Charlotte, I think we're probably the only roaster that's roasting in a retail environment where customers can actually see the process. We call it seed to cup.
Oh, he's also the lead guitarist in a heavy metal band that's toured the world.
At a certain point, I was like, man, the wheels could fall off of this thing at any time, so I better come up with some kind of fallback plan, side hustle kind of thing. And so I really enjoyed coffee. That was like my vice on tour with the band.
Could be worse, right? He started roasting coffee on his back porch. One thing led to another, and here he is.
Where are your beans from? What region?
We source coffee from basically any coffee growing region in the world that we like.
During our visit, we got to be the guinea pigs for a new addition to their menu, a coffee flight.
A little Peruvian coffee flight for you.
Thank you.
I love the
Beautiful this
presentation.
is.
I would say try the black coffee first.
Okay.
Okay.
And then maybe try the espresso.
Cheers.
Thank you, Paul. Oh, delicious.
Very smooth. A little some natural sweetness to it, chocolatey. So we have a single shot of espresso in there, and then steamed milk poured on top. Good mouthfeel.
Really
Yeah.
good. Charlotte's a big beer town, which
course,
is wonderful.
yeah.
There's a place for everything, but it's nice to have a different option.
Absolutely.
You know, and a different thing you can learn about as far as
course.
food and drink goes.
Hopefully people can come before the game.
That
Oh,
would
you're
be
right,
fantastic,
right?
Yes.
Get your caffeine fix.
Get a caffeine fix before you go to the game.
Exactly.
Drink a bunch
few
of
beers.